Namaskaram. Thank you, Bhavana, for that generous introduction. I must thank Dr. Sojan Lal, MBITS, for hosting me and initiating this process. I'm sure the team of IQAC, supported with Dr. Soli's leadership. As Dr. Soli was mentioning, it is the 6th FDP. I'm sure this is going to be just one among them. But for me, it is unique and special because I had a program in Kerala, Mentors Navigation Program, with my initiative when the new government under the leadership of Pinarayi in the first term was thinking whether to continue the mentorship programs in college or not. But they found these mentorship programs are only like any other academic activity, certification programs, getting some money from government, investing some credit, but it did not improve any situations, any required benefit by the planners in the beginning. Then they were supposed to stop it and the funding was not continued. I gave a project asking that is because mentors are not equipped enough. They need to get an orientation, understanding what is the real requirement. And then I went around Kerala, driving myself almost 7,000 kilometers. You may be wondering why 7,000. Because I have to go zigzag in many places. By the end of 3 months of driving, I was actually creeping on the floor because my back was totally gone. Then I had my last program in Calicut. I took a taxi and two people were holding me on shoulders to get me into podium. One of the toughest area was the Muvattupuzha, Idukki. I remember because GPS doesn't work. When the mountains are too huge, GPS cannot give you the road. I am from space department, so I know how GPS works, how navigation system works. What happens is your topography is such bad, when the projection comes, it will project somewhere. But if it is on a hilltop and the average height is computed, when you are driving on the road, your car position will be shown either in the valley or maybe on the next mountain. So generally, if I have to reach the venue at 9 o'clock, I used to be around at 7 o'clock so that 2 hours I can hunt. And more than that, I enjoy that beautiful locations. I remember the forest area, the border area where you have the Chillitodu and all that places. I drove those because most of the colleges I covered. Therefore, I had that passion for making some difference in academics in Kerala. So if at least a few teachers, or maybe as a college, MBITS decides some points can be consumed under the academics. Maybe some teachers who are participating all across India, and some few are there from Gulf who are my collaborators, who we discuss all of the subjects under the sun most of the time. We have nearly 178 participants. It's a huge participants. I'm sure if somebody takes 1 or 2 points, that is good enough. I don't know by knowingly or unknowingly, when Bhavana was mentioning, this is to share the wisdom. The only difference between human being and animals learn, but they learn by looking at the partners, their parents, the neighbors, similar creatures around them. But they don't consolidate knowledge and then distribute like this. I don't think no dog would have given lectures and no dogs would have listened like this, what we are all gathered today. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunani samani chaitani nirnam pashunam. Aharam, everybody knows, food. Nidra, all of us have more than required. Bhayam, that is the worst part of today's generation. Maithunam, only animals have got when they see their pair, but human beings can imagine and then have in their own ways. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunani, that is sex. Maithunam is sex. This was equal when this poet wrote this poetry, probably 10,000 years back. But today, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam, all these are more for human being. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunani, samani, chaitani, nirnam, pashunam. For human being and animal, these are equal. But today it's not equal, it's more for human being, all of them. But what has to be extra for human being is that wisdom which Bhavana was mentioning. Jnanam naranam adhigo vishesho jnanebihina pashubhi samana. Knowledge is what is extra. And I am sure that knowledge is not certificates. I was enjoying when my biodata was read. Yeah, everybody has ego. So it's nice to satisfy somebody's ego. And if I ask, when I physically go there, I used to hold them and say stop. I can't do that now. Because it's actually doesn't matter what background you have. What is important is what foreground you are going to make for others. Whether I was 20 years experienced or 40 years experienced, how does it matter? Because Bharatiya Shastram always says, what is logically good is more important than what is illogically being told by generations. You have to think whether it is essential today or not. I loved engineer TPR, who was part of NPOL. I was also part of a similar organization. Though I say I am from Department of Space, I am not from Department of Space. My job is part of military services, and I was part of checking the securities of NPOL, Cochin Shipyard, when I was part of government under Director General of Security. And I also connected very close to engineer TPR, Sial, because that's where I must have traveled, maybe you can imagine, in a year 54 times flying to Cochin from Delhi. In a year there is only 54 weekends. So every weekend I used to travel to Cochin from Delhi. So that used to be my frequency of flying. And I had a great privilege because I was part of Aviation Research Center, that's called ARC. ARC is the intelligence wing of aviation part in India. And I was part of aviation wing, and I was the deputy director at Aviation Center. I know how difficult and how critical is running an engineer. I remember I took a lot of engineering students when Kannur Airport was being built. That was in 2018. I was taking civil engineers to show them. But then at the end of the day, I asked them to give a report asking, what did you learn? But then the engineering content was too less, but it was only the scenic beauty which was explained. I said, you are unfit to be an engineer. Probably you can be there are a lot of poets who writes about lost days in life and all that. That is because they lose the content, the crux. That is, we want our children, students to be good, But most of the time, that is lost. That professionalism is lost. Once the professionalism, the objective and the scope is lost, that is the objective and scope. When I write a poetry, when I do this program, I have an objective and scope. If my objective and scope is not fit, at the end of 1 hour or 1.5 hours which I am going to spend is actually waste. Instead of that, I could do something else. So more important is, it's not that out of 184 all of them get benefit. One get benefit is good enough. It's not Ramakrishna made a lot of Vivekananda. Only one Vivekananda was made. So I keep saying Ramakrishna is a good mentor because he could make one Vivekananda. But Vivekananda was a good worker, but he was not a great mentor because he couldn't make another Vivekananda. So sometimes learners are good and teachers are bad. Sometimes teachers are good and learners are bad. So if I am not captured well enough by my audience, it means I am in a wrong place. That's why I left engineering college. I was executive director of an engineering college. I circulated only a small sheet asking them, what do you want? They don't want anything. See, if you don't want anything, you are not looking up for a great profession. I was just recollecting when the TPR was mentioning about he studied electrical engineering under kerosene lamp. I was just picking up my book, The Rhythm of Life. Yesterday I was quoting one of this poet about Abdul Kalam. He was a great engineer. We had Sridharan, a great engineer. But then we learned this engineering, probably electrical engineering, under a kerosene lamp. I was looking at one of my poetry which says kerosene lamp. I am not spending time to read this. The poetry itself is called kerosene lamp. This is available on my website, you could read. I love to hear some comments from at least a few who are participating. The quality of your education, the poetry talks something else, but now I am remodifying the concept of kerosene lamp. The certificate which you get out after a program is like the electrical power which comes on the line. If you are there somewhere with little resistance, light will glow and you are showing your face that you are attending a program, you get a certificate. But what is self-learning is like a kerosene lamp in which you have to fill your fuel. Nobody is going to serve you that. It is not coming through the channel. You are not a conductor. You are the source. You have to fill kerosene inside your lamp. And you have to light it yourself. That is self-learning. It is not lighted by some other energy. It is your internal energy which lights it. And you can also check once in a while. It will not be shown how much kerosene is balanced. It is not somebody can switch off. When knowledge is given by somebody else, they can switch it off and switch it on. That is what today's education program. Teachers teach us, questions are given, answer also given by the teachers. Very hardly you get questions from students. Probably I was fortunate to have great teachers. I was in Cochin University learning my mathematics. Again, I quote engineer Ravindran was mentioning that punching cards. I used my first computer with the programming with the holes in the board and you have to insert it. Fortran 77, VAX 11 by 780 was almost like a room size. And it was put in electronics department. No computer science department was not there because computer science was zero knowledge. The whole Kerala had only probably 1 or 2 books in computer science. And we were learning one paper on computer science where we need to have a diploma in computer, sufficient topic. Books were not in computer science. Therefore, Cochin University gave operation research and computer science. Little statistics and computer science so that at least minimum 3-4 papers can be taught. That was the knowledge in most of the IITs. And today we see the enormous knowledge. So unless you equip yourself, you empower yourself, you only believe in learning in the college institution, you will not be anywhere. That is why intentionally I gave the topic self-learning. If you don't learn yourself, you will become a useless. Probably history teachers can do that because history doesn't change. By the time you take maybe 30 years back, one history knowledge or philosophy knowledge or maybe geography also doesn't change unless partition happens in the country, right? So what you teach long back is good enough. But engineering is not like that. Maybe civil engineering, started as civil engineering, but you have got geotech today, you have got geology today, you have got soil science today. If you look at MTech, you can see variety of specializations. You look at electronics, you will have embedded systems, you have got different systems. So it keeps on improving. That is why I was also part of academic staff college, empowering teachers, and I was a regular faculty for engineering faculties in Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University were engineering academic staff college, only engineering. So what we have is a refresher course. Why the refresher course is given 18 days, give them a new topic where the current research is happening. So I was a regular faculty teaching image processing, signal processing, and many different topics where we equip different branches of engineering teachers for making them to uplift their knowledge in the current scenario. And normally teachers are not, at higher education teachers don't have that B.Ed program sort of thing in the school education. We don't have it at the higher level. So we need to have an orientation program. So 21 days you orient the teachers for teaching methodology. That was also my contribution because that's a time when I authored a book called Adaptive Learning. This is my book on education. Adaptive Learning, E-Web and Net Learning. I wrote it in 2007. But then I remember when I went to Mar Athanasius College for Advanced Studies. We had 100 teachers, participants. I gave a 10 days workshop for making them multimedia teachers. I taught them how to use a video, how to edit and put them into class. So your class can become an international multimedia class. We have EMMRC, which is part of universities to uplift them from the normal teaching methodology to the higher multimedia learning technologies. I did it almost 15 years back, but no takers because they found that this class is good enough. Physical class is good enough. Even if you ask them to do it little more advanced, maximum what you write in the board will be put onto a PowerPoint and then show. But that is not multimedia. That is not a digital classroom. The digital classroom should have augmented reality, artificial intelligence, everything embedded in your class so that it becomes truly a multimedia. So in today's world where we have plenty of such resources available under the umbrella of many systems and universities, including online programs given by the great international universities which are the highest profile. If your students are not introduced to them by teachers, if teachers are not equipped themselves by accrediting themselves, I think teachers are unfit to be teachers, students are unfit to be students. So if there are heads of institutions, I am not talking about teachers, I am talking about the education leaders like Dr. Sojan or Soli are all the people who are on the helm of affairs. You must make sure all your faculty gets one English program under any open university scheme. Otherwise, they will not be considered for promotions. If that can be an extra grace which is given to them, saying that if you do one program of any language program, because most of the teachers in Kerala specifically, we see when you go to Northeast, when you go to North, I remember I was part of Navodaya Vidyalaya. I was teaching mathematics to mathematics teachers, the whole India, the senior mathematics teachers came. And after half an hour, I asked them to give a feedback. Immediately they said, सर हमको कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, क्यों आप हिंदी में बात नहीं कर रहा, आप इंग्लिश में बात कर रहा है. The whole half an hour lecture was useless because they couldn't follow anything because I am talking in English. Understand, they are the teachers who teach in the plus 1 plus 2 mathematics and English medium classes. So that is the situation. So most of the engineering teachers need to equip themselves with a language skill. Otherwise, I'll tell you, if you read one technical paper which comes from most of the academic institutions, it's all of too low quality. When we select students, we find them. It is not that one English program up to plus 2, one English faculty which teaches some subject is not, humanities is not good enough. Because the rest of their academic life, they listen to wrong English. So continuously listening to bad English will make them bad communicators. It is all not the academics, it is the environment in which you live. So it's must that all teachers should equip themselves in language skill. Minimum communicative English, minimum vocabulary, minimum terminology. Understand it carefully. Two reasons. One, language is highly logical. So you will also turn yourself into logical teacher. Number two, you will keep analyzing the word meanings. Most of the technical topics we learn without getting into the deeper meaning of the word. That will change. So these are all what I wanted to discuss in the next 2 days. I am just giving an introduction of what I am going to say. Second, in any advanced field, don't wait for an orientation program. Don't wait for what is given in the administration. Not attending webinars will not equip them into getting the knowledge. It can only give them a direction. Don't think that because you are spending some time with Dr. TPS for next 3 days, it will be helpful. It is not going to be helpful at all. I am only going to give some spark, and if you want, you could take that spark and then link on to continuously understand what is that I am directing all of you to get into. So that everyone, if I am a faculty who is dealing image processing class in my electronics or computer science classes, at least I have to do one image processing extra online course. You need not get certificate. At least do some assignments by yourself. If you don't have the experience of writing exams, you don't have the experience of reading, learning, you are unfit to be a teacher. So how do you make sure that you are a continuous learner? You equip yourself. I am sure when you listen to one MIT professor, you listen to one Cambridge professor, under them you are getting one certification. Definitely you will start referring your children, please go and listen to their talk. Therefore, you are raising the standard of children. If you think that I am the teacher and I must be the teacher and they should not learn from anybody else, definitely after leaving you, they will go to some low class teachers which are lower than you. And that is why we have lot of tuition centers, we have lot of other commercial people who are selling education. In Hyderabad is a place where after BTech, nearly 3 lakh students from most of the Indian other states comes here, and out of which nearly 1.5 lakh is from Kerala only. And that is to get training for GATE examination. And we know what is happening there. Many of my colleagues, and I was also part of that faculty to get a taste of it. We have got 200 children in the classroom. 7 o'clock the class starts. But students will come and occupy at 3 o'clock itself in the seat because they will get the first row or second row if they come at 3 o'clock. Can you imagine? Is it that because the teachers in engineering college in Kerala are bad? They are coming to Hyderabad to get equipped themselves to the GATE coaching. They are not given an objective and scope in their life. So that is what we should do. In the next 2-3 days, that is what I am trying to tell all the faculty, and that will be like a dialogue. I don't like to give a lot of lectures. I thought maybe half an hour I will speak. But then with the introduction and the talk, mentioning on something on the quality, some expectations, what has happened, and what in the inauguration engineer TPR mentioned, it is going to make a revolution. Yeah, I am so glad that word is used, no, either knowingly or unknowingly. But I don't think if you have to make a revolution, but if you can make small evolution, a small discovery, a small initiative. Why? A small improvisation. I use the word improvisation. You are not changing a lot, but you are trying to make small difference in you. It's only a trial sometime. And that can trigger a teacher. I'm sure you are going to change generations. So vision, that vision need to be from the childhood, but we lost it because our parents did not equip ourselves to become that aware of what is realizable, what is not realizable. Because sometimes dreams are good. Our movies gives lot of dreams. Maybe we give generally forward a lot of messages from different people. Maybe Dr. Sojan knows I never forward a single message from my WhatsApp to anybody. Because there is no point in sending message from Dalai Lama. Because none of us are going to be like Dalai Lama. What I consumed from him, I put in my own words and I write one sentence that is beautiful. At least the person who is forwarding is reading it. It's so pathetic. I have got few teachers, they keep on forwarding, and after some time, if I forward them back, they will also be forwarding it again to somebody else. That is done for checking. Because they themselves don't read. Because their job is only reproduction. Read something, produce something. They don't understand the concept. That should not happen. What is realizable should be understood. How do you get into the realizable? I also have a book on students who are aspiring for civil service prelims handbook. When I wrote this, I could have written myself, or I could have asked my student to write it and put my name, or maybe co-author, but I did not do that. I asked one of my students who was my mentee, and I asked her to write, what did you learn from me as what will you lead to civil service? But she was kind enough to put my word there with Dr. T.P. Shashikumar. You will not see a book author like that. With Dr. T.P. Shashikumar. So it's under my mentorship that is done. I am not the author at all. I taught this is the methodology to learn. Somebody record it. See, that is, you have to create your style and say that this is slightly different. And most of the time I keep saying, if you are an IAS aspirant, Indian Administrative Service is your aspirant. Say Indian Engineering Service is your aspiration. Many people, they want to be engineer. They get into computer science. I said computer science is not engineering as far as Indian Engineering Service is concerned. Only electronics, electrical, civil and mechanical. Other engineering, even biotechnology or food technology or what, that they don't know. That is because they don't do a research on what are the categories of engineering. I'll tell you, senior civil engineering faculties, when I talk to them, I ask them why civil engineering is called civil engineering. They don't have an answer. That is because you don't ask yourself the relevance. How much is relevant? The dreams are not relevant. Therefore, the path which is taken will not lead them to the right place. If you don't have that, I am sure you cannot part it with your children. There can be anticipated troubles in your professional life. How do you get focused so that you can jump all the troubles across? These are all what is to be understood. That is what we do in the coming days. So you need to have a leadership development. You should need to put on board all your students so that they get into a better position. That is what is induction. When you look at an industry or a company, I work with many industries. Induction is entirely different, but academics induction is different. Leadership is different. I was a faculty for management sciences in Hyderabad. So I know how a leadership quality is being mentioned. What is that makes a leader? How somebody becomes a graduate, not by degree, but by yourself. I feel, yeah, I am graduated. How the leadership can be shared with all those people who are not having that quality. How do you make them great? Next, this week onwards, I am teaching Bhagavad Gita online with the United Nations umbrella, where it is leadership. What Krishna teaches is leadership. So, if you are totally depressed, if you have got tension, what is to be done? How to uplift them to make your brain active? Yadechadi tata guru. Bhagavad Gita says, how do you use your brain to guide yourself? The God Krishna himself is not guiding the student Arjuna. He is only educating and says, you decide yourself. You have to equip yourself. What a great lesson is that. That is what is leaders. So mentors are not people who take them along with them. They are only give them the directions. So when you talk about mentorship, under my mentorship a seminar happened. That's a very specific activity. It is only the skill, opportunity, but not the attitude. So what makes you to perform? Performance P is equal to attitude A plus opportunity O plus skill S. I was so nice to see that some people are writing it, because you have to write it. You don't get it anywhere. This is Dr. TPS formula. Don't search it and find out. You will not get it. Probably you get it only in my webinars or maybe my talk on my YouTube. So you need to have skill. So sometimes mentorship for skill is called mentorship, but that is only a short-term program. The knowledge retention, creating an attitude, assume that you are in academics teaching only one subject, probably that knowledge retention is inside you. But that will not give you a leadership, because tomorrow you are going to be the head of the institution. Accounting is also required. I know that you remember Radhakrishnan was one of the chairman of ISRO, but his specialization, though he was graduated in electrical, his job in ISRO was only accounting for many years. And then later he became National Natural Resource Management expert. And then later he became a marketing expert. He has not done more technical job. Therefore, he was having a leadership quality in a different style. But the next chairman was Kiran. He was only an optics man with a lot of specialization. So inside camera, what can be done? So each people have to have a quality in leadership plus the own skill. So the knowledge retention is one. There is a great proverb in English says, master of none, jack of all trades, the other way. But I keep saying, master of one, jack of all trades. You have to be a master in one and then branch out into different. Then only you can be a leader. And then you should have the skill sharing ability. If you don't share the skill, what will happen? You will be keep on doing it, but you don't get somebody under you. The leader's quality is not doing the job. The leader's quality is to make others to do the job. So there are a lot of different styles of mentoring which you have to understand. See that as teachers, as leaders in academics, what are you going to do? So mentoring at work is different. Mentoring in education as teachers and faculty is entirely different. And corporate mentoring is different because they all have a performance review at the end. They are called KPI. I have got students who are working in different MNC companies. So for a very specific program, if they wanted to perform well, see for example, design thinking was one a process which is given. And the design thinking was taught in the Infosys, but after 1 week program also the student was not able to understand the left and right of it. So skipped the office, ran and came to my house and said, design thinking, a new idea has come. I said, close your book. I will tell you what the book contains. Because I had such professors who taught me to see what is inside a book without even reading the book. And then I told, this is what is design thinking. Yeah, this is what we learned in 2 weeks of training program and finished in 10 minutes. See, if you don't understand the crux of the matter, you spend many hours or many days, it doesn't make a sense to you. So what is required is that ability to understand. I will share you that video where my mentee talks about what and how she learned design thinking from me when she went to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Boston, and she was good enough to continue her study, which was in 3 years, finished in 1.5 years. And MIT interviewed me to know what is the technique of learning. They want to know how a student can learn things. So it is not advising. it is not providing support, it is not encouraging somebody, it is all of them together. If you have that ability, it is not like AICT told you to do the mentorship program and then put some students under them. Until last December, I was part of the faculty program in KL University. That is where I met Dr. Sajan. And then Sajan was presenting a paper. I was very curious and I communicated to him saying that I love to hear you. And that was so much engrossed and I was glued to the screen because of that, which is happening from Kerala. And in a university like a KL, I was a professor, I was happy to listen to that. It was 1 week before that I gave a academic staff college program for KL University. So I did not continue there because most of the universities do it for a different purpose. Their intention is only to show, but the content doesn't reflect in the students. It is more important. I love to look at students and discuss with them. That's what I do when I go to college. I don't go to principal and hear what the college is. If they start explaining, I'll tell you, give me some minute. I will go around the campus and come back. I will start discussing few students and then find out, and I'll come back and tell the principal, you are only bogus. And that's why most of the principal don't like me. That is because I am very open. There are colleges where I went and scolded principal because behind them there are only trophies, not even a single book. I said, what are you showing? You are showing that you are great with a lot of trophies, but no knowledge. If you keep a lot of books behind you, that you are a teacher, you are a faculty. I remember when I went to one of the schools, asked the teachers, what you want to be? They said, I want to be a principal. I said, asked why? Then you don't have to teach. No, I can sit there. I can only do administration and give job to others. But I was with a teacher who was a vice chancellor for 2 terms and under whom I took my PhD. Being a vice chancellor, he was going to class and then teaching. Being a vice chancellor, he used to go to hostel each room and then knock them at 5 o'clock and say, get up. Can you imagine a vice chancellor in a university doing it? So I'll tell you, they are the real people, mentors, who will guide you what exactly you need to do. Day before yesterday was Kalam. Day before yesterday and yesterday I was fully with Kalam's activity because Kalam left us. That's where I wrote a poetry. In my poetry book, there is one poem which is called the 55th poem, I think, yeah. Which is called Malak to Kalam, the Kalam. The poetry title is My Malak to Kalam, the Malak. Malak in Hebrew means angel. Malak in Arabic means the jari in the sari which you have that golden beautiful work in the dresses. So I wrote my Malak, my jari ornaments to Kalam. Who is the Malak? And M-A-L-A-K, Malak, if you reverse it becomes Kalam. So Malak has Malak inside him and Malak is the Kalam and Kalam is the Malak. I was so nice to hear. Yesterday I was attending almost 3-4 hours of lecture. People who worked under Kalam was talking about how to get things done. Assume that you are given a task by Kalam. And immediately that requirement will come only in the evening. Almost when the office is getting closed, you get an assignment. Don't think that Department of Space will work as faculties are working. 4 o'clock, close the door and then go home. No. My wife is a director for one of the center here and I am staying in that quarters now in Hyderabad. There is no timing. Actually, any time you could have different discussions. Especially when I was in service, I left it because almost every day we travel. While traveling, we take a late night aircraft because after the program, everything is done. We have to make the document, then carry the document for next day's discussion. And we reach late night, maybe 2 o'clock. And then the next day starts at 7 o'clock because we have to go and the program should start at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And then same day we have to travel back to Hyderabad and then there again to Bangalore. So it was almost like, a very hectic life. There is nothing called rest. Maybe academics is the beautiful place where you can relax. I don't know if you have not seen refineries, you must go and see Cochin refinery and see how a chemical engineer works there. He don't even have time to drink water. Because if you turn his face, the parameter will go, the whole chemicals which comes, I'm sure Dr. Sochan will know this. Every moment the parameters comes in front of you. If you went sit and look at the satellite parameters, the life parameters, if you just leave it, it is finished. So engineers have to be really professionals. Doctors have to be really professionals. The job of teaching faculties are to create professionals. Right? So Kalam was once such a great person who mentored. But where did he got this? He got it from Sarabhai. So if you don't have somebody to say that, oh, he is my mentor, you have only teachers. You don't look upon great people, under them you want to get bigger and bigger in this world. There is a saying, if you want to be a trillionaire, millionaire, you should look at much higher and bigger and greater rich people. Then only you can reach into that level. So that is essential. That is why it is called Acharyas. Yadyata jarati srashta tatta devetarojana sayat pramanam gurude lokastadanuvartate. Looking at somebody, you want to see, oh, I want to be like him. You don't have anybody, that means you are still having that ego and you don't want to surrender to somebody else. Vivekananda was behind Ramakrishna. But we know Vivekananda is much higher than Ramakrishna in all his activities. But there was one Ramakrishna who could capitulate, who could get hold of Vivekananda. So that triggering is essential. Another thing, you have a peer mentoring. The peer mentoring is your colleague can be your motivator. But then you don't leave for longer. It will go after some time. You can have coach and guide, but they are entirely different because that is for a very specific task or a purpose. You have to get in one game. Maybe you have to get one award for one program. Or maybe you have to get a golden medal in one of the competitions which you are. That's all very specific. But you need always to have a dream person who can show that they are there enough, and they are not speakers, they are doers. That's why Acharyas are professionals. Yadyada jarati srashta tatta devetarojana sayat pramanam gurude lokastadanuvartate. People will follow them because they are doers. They are samples, they are role models. So mentors are role models. It is not what can be assigned by teachers and say that, okay, roll number 1 to 10, this is the mentor. Yeah, that is good for academic purposes. Maybe to show to government. That is where we dilute. And the same word is used, therefore actually the mentoring word is misused. It is not mentoring, it is only academic guiding. But that doesn't become mentor. So what is that person who is mentoring? The so-called AICT mentoring say. What is your task as a mentor? You have to connect that student to somebody whom you think is a greater person so that they can get. So you are only a mediator. It's like a guru who takes a disciple to the God. You are only a person who will guide them to that place. But instead of that, you become a person who handles that knowledge and then try to percolate to the next generation. Though the other person is existing, what will happen? There is a great saying, Grantham moonu pagarthidil muhurtam mutramayid. You copy somebody's knowledge and then copy it and give it to somebody else. The muhurtam will become mutram. In all the languages in India, the muhurtam is understood, the mutram is also understood. Okay. So if you look at Steve Jobs, he was mentored by Mark. If you look at Warren Buffett, he is mentoring Bill Gates. If Bill Gates become rich, not because he was a technocrat, because Warren Buffett is one of the person who is the global trade person. Nobody behind him. Nobody in front of him. There is a big gap from him to the other. But then he made his student, Bill Gates, much richer than him. That is what the guru's job. The guru's job is to create the student much higher and greater than him. We had Gopalakrishna Gokhale. When Mahatma Gandhi wanted to jump into politics, he said, no, run around India and then learn India. Understand what India is, then come back to me, I will tell you what you should do. But Mahatma Gandhi mentored Nelson Mandela. You see, imagine those are the word places where mentoring is done. And today you have XYZ teacher mentoring another 20 people. Why? Because principal assigned that job to me. These students don't like this buffalo at all. The frequency doesn't match. There is what is called biorhythm. Only Soli likes me because my biorhythm matches with Soli. Jayanti likes me because my biorhythm matches with Jayanti's biorhythm. That cannot be matched by a office order. It has to come from looking at what this man is observing. So, in Bharatiya Shastram, in Indian tradition, students have that liberty to teach the teachers. They have to select teachers. They have to teach teachers. They have to teach who am I. And when you teach that who am I, and the teacher understand who is this fellow, that is why when Shankaracharya went to his guru, they asked, who are you? Shankaracharya gave a beautiful answer. If I know that answer, I will never come to you. I am searching that who am I is my search. And that answer was good enough. How many mentors and mentees have got this dialogue of asking question? They only ask about the prarabdham, what problem you have. See, no mentor and mentee ask about problems. You keep asking me about problems. Nobody likes to tell your problem to some other unknown fellow. And I see most of the time the psychotherapy learning is a big fashion in Kerala today. Because maximum mad fellows are in Kerala probably. The psychologically illiterates are there. Many universities started MA psychotherapy and psychology. I remember in my house in Kerala, 200-year-old house, we had a get-together. And many psychology students came and then I was there. One of the psychology students who was trained under in my house is now principal of one of the good colleges, aided colleges in Kerala. I was asking them to go to the neighboring school and then do some survey. What did they do? They all certified that most of the teachers in the school are bad. That's ultimate because many students complained that I am not able to understand mathematics. Yeah, you are not able to understand mathematics? Maths teacher is bad. So it's like taking a statistics. So what these psychology counseling people did, they proved that most of the teachers are unfit to teach. Actually, if some student under you are 3 years studying under you and they are not able to tell their problems to you, that means you are not a teacher who have got 2 years to listen to your students. Imagine if they become mentor for 20 children. It doesn't happen. So it has to be a natural process. Yeah, because there is a rule, I am sure the teacher should become the mentors under AICT. Mentors under certificate programs in colleges should only become directors. What is the director's job? I will direct you to the respective people. Assume somebody says, I don't understand mathematics. Don't drive them to mathematics teachers. Drive it to the teachers or students or anybody who is on the road, who has got passion to mathematics, who will market mathematics, not sell mathematics. Selling is a different process, marketing is a different process. So I tell you, the teachers have to be good marketing personnel for their subjects. I must be able to make you love that. That is marketing job. I must have a consumer behavior, understanding, oh, this person doesn't understand history. So my job is to make them to love history. Somebody doesn't love mechanical engineering. I must make them to love mechanical engineering. They happen to be in the mechanical engineering class. They don't understand. There is no point in saying, yeah, you have passed, you have also already passed your entrance examination. Why you don't understand? They are don't able to understand. If they know why they don't understand, I am sure they will be able to. But whom you are telling this? You are telling an average teacher who is not able to make their own class interesting. How do you make them to direct to the different teachers? So, you must identify who are the good marketing person for your subjects in your class. That can be student sometime. That is where peer counseling is essential. The group learning is essential. We keep mentioning it is not individual one-to-one counseling which works sometime. Even when somebody comes with a problem in one technical subject, what I do is I will circulate to many students, ask all of them to join. Because many people have this problem. When you speak and say, oh, this person also has this problem. The other day somebody wanted to know biotechnology, so I circulated somebody who is already a student in biotechnology joined there. So after plus 2, whether I should take biotechnology was the question. I said, instead of me, the student who is already studying biotechnology will explain you the inner content much better than me. So I was actually a plus 2 student who came to me for counseling. I was putting them to a first year BTech biotechnology student. That's good enough. You need to be a mediator. That's the trust you should have. If you have that trust, I am sure tomorrow he or she will come back to me saying, this is my problem, what should I do? Then I will refer to them. I am not going to be a doctor who can give solutions to all the problems. Every MBBS doctor is a generalist who also refer their patients accordingly to the specializations where they have to be referred. The MBBS doctor never become an ENT surgeon. They know where it is to be referred. So there are specific requirements, right? I could go on and on. I'm sure we can have different ideas put into this, but I am not going to speak much. I want all of you, my telephone number is, let me see how technologically great you are. Now we have crossed 203 people are there. I want, who heard me or did not hear me, doesn't matter. I spoke something about what is mentoring. You may use that knowledge, you may not use that knowledge. You may have your own idea about what is mentoring. You may agree or you may not agree with what I said, also is possible. So I want all of you to use your telephone, use your wisdom, or maybe the chat box if you don't have any other equipment other than what you are talking to or looking at or listening. What you can do is write a small view, your view. It should be brief because I am only going to give you 2 minutes to write. One serious question that you will ask, anybody can have. At my age, I can ask somebody who is I consider as a mentor. What is that you are going to ask? When immediately tomorrow or today you meet him, what is that you are going to ask? One question I want from you. That will show what is that is in your mind, number one. And give an example of your mentor or your mentee. What is that great different thing you have seen? Oh, this person is my mentor. Or maybe you don't have, I am hunting for such a person to look at. What is that your concept of mentor and mentorship? You could give with a example person. Like I gave few examples. If you have missed it, don't worry. Now we have 205 people attending this program. What best and worst mentor can do? Sometimes mentors can do best, mentors can do worst also. What can they do? What can't they do? What shouldn't be doing? Maybe when they do wrong, you can say, oh, they shouldn't be doing it. That can be an imaginary item. So I want probably three dots. You can use my telephone number. I am there on 944-74-37948. Let me see if I can pick up some points. I learned from you. If I get some good questions, maybe if I get some good points like Shankaracharya went to his guru and he got educated there. So I am sure there will be very specific. Every learner have got 100 questions. And if you are not into academics. So I'll wait for 1 minute, 2 minutes for a quick answer. Then we will share that if somebody could unmute and ask me a few questions. Or maybe if you want, you could use the chat box to give some comments, or maybe you could use my telephone number 944-74-37948, which I am posting on the chat box. I have my number posted, and to look at my book. My website is given. Otherwise, don't forget my name, Dr. TPS. You could search, and I'm sure you can get into. Along with this, probably what I do is I will specifically share some of my YouTubes which will give some light on what I think is mentoring. One is of 2017 January to March. What I mentioned were the navigation program. All that colleges, most of them, except a few I missed, rest of them are there in the YouTube link which I just shared, or look at Mentors Navigation Program, MNP, Mentors Navigation Program, which I gave in Kerala. And also I am sharing many videos where I am not talking. My mentee, one example I am giving you. Just selected a few from 2011 to 2020. 10 years is good enough. Yeah, that's a long term. From a BTech student to reaching up to MIT, working in a big company, earning maybe millions of dollars, both as salary and both as business together. Good enough. Yeah. I'm so glad that many of you are very active. I'm getting a lot of WhatsApp message. But it will be nice if you could just mention the name when you send WhatsApp. Otherwise, again, I will have to ask a question. That's simple for me, because what I do is I have codified everything. So I'll keep on sending messages back. I don't take much time. When somebody says introduction please is only one typing for me. So I'm sending reply fast because everything is codified. Okay. So what I expect is when I send a message, I also give my WhatsApp connection. It's also, I'll give you my website. I will also give my Facebook address. Everything is like a signature which goes back. So it doesn't take much time for me. So I already messaged maybe 10-15 people now. Right? Okay, good enough. Good response. Wonderful. I'm seeing in the chat box also many. Good. So let us have somebody who come onto screen, unmute yourself and then ask few questions. That will be much more appealing. Is it not, Dr. Sojan? Is that good enough? I spoke almost 1 hour.
Yeah, they can ask the question so that it will be more live and interactive.
Yeah, if I do more lecture, that becomes Adhika Prasangam. Adhika Prasangam is not good. 1 hour is good enough.